record.
Welcome to Promoting Reflective Digital Citizenship Through Election Processes. My name is Stanley Courier, and I'm a Senior Technical Advisor with IREX, a global development and education organization based in Washington, D.C. I'm very interested in the nexus of digital literacy and digital wellness. And I will pass it over to my colleague on the yellow team, Brad, next.
So I'm Brad Hawksworth, and I'm an international relations student at Salve Regina University and focusing on identity and nationalism. And it was really great to meet up with the IREX team of Stanley and Jocelyn to work on this project together.
Hi, and I'm Jocelyn Young. I also work at IREX on projects related to civic engagement and media literacy. Going right into our inquiry question, we wanted to combine our three interests, so we decided to look into what types of media literacy training activities or interventions can support individuals during election cycles to encourage rational and informed decision-making and recognize how identity can influence an individual's vote.
And so now I'm going to take you to one of our last artifacts that we created, which was a checklist for people to go through. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll stay on. I can't share the screen.
Okay, Jocelyn, would you be able to share screen?
All right, let me pull it up really quick. This is why we do practice runs. Okay.
And so this artifact is posted on the page, and it kind of captures not only all of the steps of the process, and it captures how all of our interests overlapped in digital wellness and identity and reasoning in making election decisions. So I'll turn it over to Stanley. He can talk about his digital wellness practice as that is built into what we've got.
Sure, thanks, Brad. So one of the products that we developed is after an individual has identified and reflected on a campaign product, whether that's from the radio, something they've read, something they've heard, something they've seen, the first practice is to do a breathing exercise. We have a 3-minute recorded video as well as an article that's part of our project. And doing this controlled breathing practice helps one to actually experience what's behind the science, where controlled breathing practices promote emotional regulation, invoke the relaxation response, lessen stress, and encourage calm and rational thought. And that's really important during an election process.
So the next thing that we've got is an exercise where the individuals will go through and look closely at all of the different components that make up their identity, where they're from, their family relationships, religion, politics, all those different components that are part of their identity. And this is something that they will have done in advance of actually doing the entire process, but that allows them to look at where there are conflicts between the values of different components of their identity, what biases might come along with each component of their identity, and how they resolve conflicts between them as they go into the decision-making part of the preparation.
And finally, they'll practice skills around research and verification. They'll look up different points of view and think critically about the information and evidence included in information on election topics and candidates. After considering all the evidence and their own identity and digital wellness, they'll be able to make an informed decision about the information. Is it reliable? What conclusions can they draw about the topic or the candidate based on the research that they've done? Now, ideally, going forward, this is used for anyone that needs a refresher on how to cope with information that we often see during election cycles. But in my mind, especially university-age students or those who have just become eligible to vote and may not be familiar with techniques to make informed decisions about how they vote.
So we're hoping that, at least from my perspective, I hope that we can integrate this into the work that IREX does in different communities around the world. I'm excited for that prospect and potential.
And for me, I'm moving forward into my dissertation which is about education, language policy, and sub-state nationalism in Quebec. And so I expect that the things that we've worked on together will help inform some of my decision making throughout my dissertation process. And so that's our project, and we invite you to take a look at it on the pages. Thanks.